What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid and welcome back to my alternate fantasy mod playthrough for Final Fantasy IX. Guys, we are on part number 8 right now, and firstly, let me just apologize for missing 2 videos yesterday. Well, actually, yesterday? Yeah, it is yesterday, like, from when I'm recording this. Look, timescales are a little weird right now because of, you know, like, the time I'm recording and all that. Basically, I'm talking about the missed videos from Saturday. And while we're just setting up here, let me just explain on what happened, why the videos were missed, because yes, you guys did hit the like challenge. There should have been 3 videos. There was only 1. Why? Well, originally I recorded one of the videos on Friday before stream, and then I went and did the stream on Friday. It was, you know, it was going to be a drinking stream, collaboration with a couple of others, and that turned out really fun. Actually, like everybody had fun. Like it was a real good laugh, to be honest. That one was, yeah, that was definitely really good. Everybody enjoyed that, and I know everybody wants more of them in the future, so we might do that. But the problem came that I was going to record the other 2 videos after stream, which, you know, was gonna happen. Like that was perfectly fine. I finished the stream. I was a little drunk, but not like drunk, you know. I wasn't feeling bad or anything like that. The stream, well, I say the stream, the videos after that would have just been normal, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't drunk. But what ended up happening is a little weird, actually. So I finished the stream, and then, you know, I had something to eat, so as I normally do after stream, and I just started like to record after that, and about like 10, maybe 15 minutes in, I just started to get this like really bad like headache, like migraine, and that, like just really painful. So in the end, I stopped recording, just to see, you know, how it went and that. Maybe it would get better, you know, just the usual. Didn't get better, it got worse, so I went and just like laid in bed, you know, just see if I could like wait it out in the dark, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? Because like when you get like a bad migraine and that, light's often just not all that good, you know what I mean? Like it's really not all that good, to say the least. So in the end, I just turned everything off. I tried to go sleep, and that, yeah, wasn't really working for me, unfortunately. So I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to record these videos, am I? And then to make matters worse, I was sick. So yeah, I just couldn't, like, I just couldn't do anything. In the end, at that point, I gave up pretty much, you know what I mean? I just completely gave up. So I went to sleep and sort of just slept it off, basically. And then I was gonna do it when I woke up on Saturday, because my original plan for the weekend was basically just gonna be, you know, like stay up or sort my body clock out, pretty much. That didn't happen either. So I was gonna record the videos Saturday morning, you know, just so they would still upload in time, pretty much. But then, the migraine came back. Yes, I know, 2 migraines in 2 days, man. It sucks so bad. But in the end, I went to lie down again, just to, you know, see if I could rest my eyes a little, thinking maybe it's just the light from, you know, just from the computer monitors. That didn't work either, unfortunately, so yeah, it was a bit of a bad shoot. Because in the end, I fell asleep. And now, here we are. It is about 1 AM Sunday morning. Oh, man. At least now, though, guys, I feel fine, okay? Like, I have no migraine right now. I don't feel sick or anything like that. I genuinely feel fine now, right now, so please don't worry or anything like that. Please, no well wishes in the comments. I know comments help a lot, but no, I'm genuinely fine right now, honestly. So what we're going to be doing now is, there is going to be 3 videos today, as normal, because I'm going to record all 3 right now, back to back. And then, depending on the time and like how late it is and that, there might be more. I don't know, because obviously, you know, I do owe you guys 2 videos right now. The only problem is, like, when would I actually be able to record them, if that makes sense. So eventually there will be extra videos, you know, maybe it'll be 4 videos one day instead of 3, and then it'll be like 4 videos another day instead of 3, if that makes sense. Like, do you guys get what I mean with that? So rather than just having 2 videos extra on a day, maybe split it out over, you know, over a couple of days sort of thing. I think that's probably what we're going to do more than likely, because it is easier, and I know if there's like 5 videos in a day, that's going to be quite hard for you guys to just watch, you know what I mean? Because I mean, that's like nearly 5 hours of content. Some of you might be able to do that, most of you probably not. And I would like to sort of stay on pace with you guys, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be way ahead, but if it happens, then it happens. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know anyway with what the deal is, why there was only 1 video yesterday. But again, you know, I apologize. You guys did meet the goal, and I was not able to fulfill it, unfortunately. I am sorry. But no, we will make it up. Like, the videos will be made up. And you know, I'm noticing something weird right now. So I'm playing hot and cold, as you guys can obviously see. But with the Maguri mod, for some reason, the speed up trick with the Chocobo doesn't seem to be working that well. Like, I'm mashing quite hard, but there still seems to be, like, maybe, I don't know, some kind of delay. Like, it feels more like the PS4 version right now, where it's a little clunky with the speed up and hot and cold. Because normally the PC version is super smooth, you know what I mean? Because, like, you guys, well, I imagine most of you guys have actually seen me do hot and cold in a few other playthroughs, you know, like the FF9 100%, or in some of the challenge videos, the overpowered videos. You know, like, there's definitely been some hot and cold shown before, and you guys can see now just how smooth it is. Like, normally we finish hot and cold with all 8 items with just, like, you know, 30-40 seconds remaining on the clock. But right now, yeah, it seems a little scuffed. I'm guessing maybe that is something to do with the Maguri mod, maybe? Like, that's the only thing I can really think of anyway. Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of. You know what, let's check the points. Let's check the points and see what's on offer here. Exchange points. So what do we got? We got a Robe of Lords and a Protect Ring still. Okay, well that's normal. Wait, did I used to call it Promise Ring? I think in the last video, well, the video before, I called it a Promise Ring. Yeah, it's not a Promise Ring. So those are 2 things that we're gonna get. Luckily enough, it should still only take about an hour. Don't worry guys, this whole video is not gonna be hot and cold, I promise. It will not all be hot and cold. After that, we have the Vigilance card, the Ether. Yeah, so I mean, the list there seems to be pretty much the same. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Robe of Lords, a Protect Ring, and a Vigilance card. Yeah, we're gonna get all 3 of them, I think. Let me just get like some Gorsel Greens. I didn't really need to do that, but yeah, you know. Right, so now that we've done a little hot and cold, let's turn speed up off actually. Let's go get some coffee, shall we? Because everybody knows coffee is like just God's nectar, man. Coffee is the greatest thing ever. And if you don't like coffee, I am afraid to say you're weird, okay? You're pretty weird if you don't like coffee, for sure. Plus we need to drink from the water for the Excalibur 2, you know? I'm just trying to think, is there any items up here? I don't actually know if there is. I don't think there is. No, there is. There's an Ether. See, this is why it's always a good idea just to double check. You know what I mean? Just always double check. Even if you are like 100% positive that there's an item there, still double check. I mean, I know we can come back to this place all the way up until Disc 4? Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's Disc 4. Oh, I didn't get the chocograph that I can get. God damn it. That's a shame. I was hoping we could get both of the chocographs now, but we can't, unfortunately. And one of the things I did forget to do as well is, while I was streaming, I forgot to leave the game on, so unfortunately the frogs would not have respawned in Q's Marsh. It's okay, that's not the end of the world or anything like that. It just means, you know, I'm gonna have to, oh, I need to speed up. I'm just gonna have to have, like, a little bit of a delay for when I start the next video, because what I'm thinking right now is we'll do some hot and cold now, and then I'll go back to the marsh, catch some more frogs and things like that, and then I will probably finish off the marsh and also hot and cold around, well, just like off screen and that, because I know you guys don't want to see like hours and hours of frog catching and hot and cold and that, you know what I mean? Because with us going with the vigilance card and the protect ring as well, we're probably looking at about 2 hours total for hot and cold, to be honest, which realistically, you know, it's not that bad. It's like we'll at least get all the chocographs and things like that, you know. And we're not gonna be using the protect ring or the robe of lords either. I do just want to state that I might equip them to learn their abilities, but that would pretty much be it. Okay, I'm not gonna run around with robe of lords all game. Okay, don't worry. We're not gonna be broken, guys. I promise. We are not going to be broken. Although I might actually get some extra gil here. Like, I know I have, well, where is it? Wait, what? Okay, I'm almost positive I dug around here and it didn't tell me, but okay, sure. Yeah, we're gonna probably get some gil here, just because we're gonna be spending so much gil later, and I'm not gonna be doing the Grand Dragon farm, which, if you don't know, the Grand Dragons is where I normally get, like, all my early game gil. We're not gonna be doing that this time. Like, I'm gonna probably kill one Grand Dragon if and only if Limit Glove is still in for Quinny. Because if you don't know, Quinny's abilities are changed as well. Although I know some people have actually asked, like, to just eat every enemy that I come across. That's not gonna happen, guys. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna use a list basically to find out what enemies there are. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna find out who's got the abilities, and then I'm gonna eat them. We will get all of Quinny's abilities. Like, don't worry, we will get them all. I'm just not doing it through trial and error, because that would take freaking forever. You know what I mean? So we are just gonna do that normally, basically. Well, I say normally. We are just going to use a list for that. Oh, that was lucky. But yeah, it's just to save sanity, you know what I mean? Plus, if I was to have to, like, if I had to eat every single enemy in the game, then that would end up just taking, like, it would add so much time onto the video. And anybody who's been on the channel for a while now will know one thing: I hate fluff. Like, I don't like fluff in videos, and it does my nut in when other YouTubers and streamers do it as well. That's why, like, whenever I grind and things like that, I'll do it off screen, you know what I mean? Just because I don't want to waste people's time. Like, I know some of you enjoy watching the grinds, for sure. Like, some of you do enjoy watching them, but I know the majority don't. So I just do it off screen, just so that all the good stuff is on camera, you know what I mean? When it comes to mods, I will probably do a couple of fights in that area on screen, just so you guys can, you know, can see, like, what the enemies are like, how they fight, and things like that, and just how I go about killing them. Like, I do typically do that for mods. And then I just do, like, the rest of the grinding off screen. A little like how we're doing hot and cold, you know? Like, we're doing a little hot and cold now. We're going to go back and get some more frogs in a min. I might try and eat a couple of enemies, because I think the enemies in Q's Marsh still have a couple of abilities. And then, you know, next video we'll just be literally going into Gizmaluk, pretty much. You know what I mean? So we're just cutting all that fluff out. We're cutting, like, what, 2-3 hours of Chocobo and frogs out? Because, yeah, could I talk through all of that? Of course I could. Like, there are so many things that, like, we can talk about. Because one of the things I love doing is just having random conversations with you guys, you know what I mean? It's like, that's definitely one of the most enjoyable parts of making videos, just having random conversations with viewers. But at the same time, I also know that even though you guys might like the conversations and that, there still needs to really be something enjoyable on screen. At least in my opinion. Like, I know some of you guys would just have me on in the background, listening to me talk shit. But at the same time, for those who actively, you know, watch every video and that, I do want to make sure it's just not boring, if that makes sense. So that's why I do cut the fluff out. Simply due to the fact, as I say, I don't like fluff myself. And if I don't like something myself, I'm not gonna subject you guys to it, if that makes sense. Because when it comes down to it, I want to, how should I put this? I want to make content that I myself would watch. You know what I mean? So if I wouldn't watch something, I'm not gonna make content like that, basically. That's the way I always try and do it anyway. Obviously with some things, you know, you kind of have to. Like, originally, this video wasn't actually gonna have any hot and cold in it. Like, it was just not gonna have any hot and cold. Well, I say any, it was gonna have like 2 or 3 games. But that's mainly due to the fact is I was planning on recording it the other night, as I say, and I just needed something to talk over, just to get the, you know, the message for why there was no video, basically. So there's, you know, hot and cold is filling in a little for me there. Oh, what, 1 second remaining, bro. Oh man, but yeah, like we were originally just gonna skip, you know, straight over to going to Gizmaluke and that, after I'd already done the frog capture and already done the hot and cold. But if I do that, I might miss another day of not being able to meet the video demand, which I don't want to. You know, I don't want to miss another day. So even though this video is a little fluffy, I would consider the commentary and the information in it to slightly make up for that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it is normal information at the end of the day. We're not just having some weird conversation where I'm talking a load of shit. Even though technically I suppose that is kinda what I'm doing. But you guys, I hope anyway, get what I mean. Oh man. But no, it's like one of the things I've been doing as well is, because of the fact that, you know, I missed the 2 recordings and that, obviously it does put me a little behind in my recording schedule. Don't worry, I will catch up just fine. One of the things that I've been able to do is just go over some of the, you know, some of the comments and that. So I'm now mostly, well, I say mostly, I'm caught up on comments to the point of recording this video. I mean, obviously when this video goes out, it's gonna be like way behind, because you guys are going nuts. Okay, you guys are eating the alternate fantasy videos up. Like, there are so many likes, so many comments. Like, I'm trying to keep up with comments. Obviously I fell behind when, you know, I was dying from my migraine and sickness, and then earlier today that I was also just dying from a migraine. So I have fell behind a little bit on the comments, but I've definitely read quite a lot of them now. And yeah, there are quite a few interesting things. The main one is the main one is honestly just a lot of people calling me out for the whole trance with Black Bolt Swan, because yes, that is not trans, that is protect and shell, basically. Look guys, my general excuse here, right, is I saw a glowy boss. Now whenever I see glowy in FF9, I just think, ooh, trans. And the reason I just automatically assume trans is because, let's be honest, the only enemy really that uses protect or shell is Necron. So you never really see it go off. And when was the last time you yourself used protect or shell in FF9? So my excuse there, okay, is I just hadn't seen protect or shell in like forever, so I just didn't associate it with that. It was literally one of those cases of where it was, ooh, shiny, it's trans. Wait, no, boss trans, that's not good. So I just like instinctively went to it, basically. Let's go get these chocographs, shall we? It's like we should definitely have both of them now for sure. So I can get streamside and I can get between mountains. Okay, we can get both of the chocographs now. In fact, I think we might actually have most of them at this point. Well, let's go see if these are changed, shall we? Obviously, we can't get the others on the island just yet because we don't have the river chocobo. Oops. Let's do it fast forward off. There we go. Right, come on. Are you gonna be different? Are you gonna have anything different for me, please? 2 elixir, 3 high potion, 4 ether. Okay, we still got the Germanus boots. That's not too bad. Right, let's go for between the mountains. And then I think what we'll do as well is take a look at the frog situation in the marsh. Honestly, I don't think they would have respawned just yet, because it really hasn't been all that long game time. Obviously, you know, real world time, it's been like 2 days basically. Game time though is what matters, unfortunately. And 2 cotton ropes. Well, that doesn't really help because I already had 2 cotton ropes. Shame. Alright, let's go Q's Marsh, because I do need to eat a Gigantoad for sure. It's like I haven't actually got the list yet with the enemy abilities, so I'm not gonna go up to the top of Limblum just yet. In fact, let's check the boots. Alert. I mean, that would stop me from getting back attacked, but can anyone... Okay, so I can learn HP 10% with Freya, but she's already learning that anyway from the helm. So that's kind of pointless for us at the moment, unfortunately. Damn. I was hoping for something a little bit better, but, you know, we can't complain. We're still early game, guys. We're still early game. There's a whole lot more treasures for us to get, okay? It's like the one that I want the most, though, is the Mage's Robe from capturing frogs. And, yeah, no, they're still not respawned, unfortunately. Can you catch frogs? Do it later. Do it later. In fact, hang on. So that's red fruit, yellow fruit. So I could technically catch that one there. I could technically catch one more. Because if you don't know, there's a few ways to tell the frogs apart. So the first one is stripes. Like, I think it's males that have stripes and females don't, or it's the other way around. I always forget which one. But yeah, as long as you have a frog with a stripe and a frog without a stripe, you're fine. Because obviously you need frogs to breed, so it just speeds it up. You can obviously just capture all the frogs, that is fine. But if you leave one of each, like, it just speeds it up way faster. Another way of finding out is actually something that I didn't know until I read the comments. It's also dependent on their feet color. So as you can see right now, if we look at these 2 frogs to the left, so you see how the one on the rock has red feet and the one here has yellow feet. That's also a way of determining male and female apart. So, you learn something new every day. Like, I've only been playing this game for like 20 years and I still didn't know that. Oh, I think that's just like, that is just the best thing about Final Fantasy, I think. That, because the games are so big, it doesn't matter how much you play the games or how long you've played them for. There is always still something to learn. You know what I mean? It's like there's always something to learn in these games, and I freaking love that. Like, when you can play a game so much and for so long, and then still have things to learn, it is absolutely insane. Like, it is absolutely amazing. Oops, speed up. Alright, let's go carry on with the digging, shall we? Because, I mean, we are obviously going for all the items right now, and I'm failing miserably, dude. I'm failing really miserably right now. Come on, man. There we go. Yeah, we've already got the chocographs that we can get anyway. Honestly, I'm probably only missing like 1 or 2 chocographs maybe. So, once we get them, then it is just a case of farm points. Because we obviously can't get any more chocographs for now. We gotta wait for that for later. Once we get the river chocobo though, we can actually get a few more. Which is the one that I'm really looking forward to, because we can actually get the oak rod for Vivi. And the oak rod is, aside from the fact that it gives Vivi, you know, like a good, decent amount of strength, right? Like, Vivi would actually be able to do really decent damage with physical attacks with that. It also, normally, in the OG, has bio. And bio, for this point of the game, is just, like, ridiculously strong, pretty much. So I really, really want to get that for sure. Obviously, maybe it's completely different now, maybe it's not bio, but I still want to get it. Because I mean, with the whole mod being rebalanced, essentially, I don't know if we're going to get such a strong ability so early. Because that's also one of the things, guys, I should mention, is that is one of the reasons why some of the fights are a little bit harder. Okay, this is not a difficulty mod or anything like that. Like, it is nowhere near a difficulty mod for sure. Is it harder than original 9? Yes, it is. But it's not that much harder. If you can complete base FF9, then from what others in the Discord server have been saying, which, by the way, if you're not in the Discord server, you totally should be, linked down below in the description. From what those who have actually already beaten the mod have said, like, difficulty-wise, it's just a little bit harder than OG, which, frankly, you know, I mean, obviously I'm just coming up to the end of Disc 1 now. I've noticed that as well, pretty much. Like, it is harder, but it's not much harder, you know? It's not P-Bird, basically, where the game just goes on to roids, pretty much. Like, a little harder, but not too much, like, not overly too much. Because let's face it, guys, OG FF9 is honestly a little too easy. Like, I'm sure everybody knows just how easy the OG FF9 is. So having a little more difficulty is nice, you know what I mean? But at least with the skills, the abilities, and all things like that, it is still balanced. So it's still more than doable, for sure. Because I mean, there are a couple of people in the server who have done Alternate Fantasy and just won't, like, they just don't like difficulty mods and things like that. So if even they say, like, yeah, it's not a difficulty mod, then we're pretty safe, basically. It's like the only thing that seems to have had a big step up in difficulty is Necron. But Necron's the final boss anyway, and even in the OG, he was pretty underwhelming, to say the least. So, you know, an increase in difficulty for Necron, whatever, that was definitely needed for sure. But even then, it's not to the point of being compared to an actual difficulty mod, you know what I mean? In fact, thinking about it now, I don't even think there is actually like an FF9 difficulty mod made. Like, I'm just trying to think about it now. I don't actually know of any FF9 mods that are actually classed as difficulty mods. Sure, you could argue that there is the randomizer, which isn't really a difficulty mod, but it's certainly played like one for sure. It's like just getting PTSD flashbacks to all the early game bosses just using goddamn Quake on me instantly. Oh, that was a fun time. That was a really fun time. Oh, so we've actually got all the chocographs now. At least I'm getting some gil as well, though. And we got 2,000 points. So we are getting there. We are getting there for sure. It's like probably an hour for the Robe of Lords, and then an hour for Protecting and Vigilance. So about 2 hours total. Obviously, right now it's going a little slower because, you know, I'm talking to you guys. We went to the marsh, we went to get the chocographs and things like that. And obviously, there is the whole chocobo low beak level, which is also playing a little part in it. But, oh, hiccups. But now that we've already got all the chocographs, though, we are actually kind of lucky in a sense point-wise, which I know is really, really weird, right? Because obviously chocographs give so many points. Let me explain what I mean. Now, chocographs, they do give more points, yes, but they take longer to dig up, which can actually ruin you getting the items really quick together, especially if you're at a low beak level. And when you're just farming points, having that chain is much better, because obviously you get the extra points, and then after 4 items, they get doubled, basically. So when you can't actually get chocographs anymore, it is actually a lot better for points, because let's be honest, all of your points come from the bonus points. So it's all about how quickly you dig everything up, pretty much. And then obviously, you know, if you get the chains, that's also, you know, a benefit for sure. So it's just a case of, well, I don't know, like, it's just a case of the quicker you can dig, the more points you get. And even though chocographs give a lot of points, they slow you down on the digging when your level is low. So that's why, like, you'll notice, well, anyone else who goes for the Robe of Lords or the Protecting early on, when they're doing you know, hot and cold like this with the speed up booster, you'll probably notice yourself that when you're digging graphs up, it is slower points-wise than when you're just digging for points on their own. So this is definitely something that, honestly, I think is really easily noticeable or testable, if that makes sense. Like, I definitely think some of you guys probably would have, yeah, probably would have noticed that as well, to be honest. Like, if your beak level is high, though, then it doesn't really matter. But this early, yeah, it's more down to you get the points once you are done with the chocographs, pretty much. I mean, what? That's an 1/8 of the way there, pretty much. Because if we need like 20k, then yeah, we're about an 1/8 of the way there, and it's been, I don't know, like 30 minutes. Although we haven't done just chocobo stuff here. So let's say, let's say 20 minutes. I think that's still pretty generous, considering we were running around for the chocographs. We went into Q's Marsh. We got the coffee, because obviously coffee very, very important for sure. So yeah, I think 20 minutes is pretty fair. So that'd be what, like at that speed, that'd be 6k an hour. So pretty slow for sure. But you'll probably still notice that I will get the Robe of Lords probably by around the hour mark, to be honest. In fact, I think that's what I did in my 100% playthrough, because I think I actually did a full choco, well, full hot and cold video in that one, where I basically just went from 0 points to the hot and cold, just because, like, with it being like a full-blown walkthrough and that, I wanted to show everybody that, yes, it is possible to get it in an hour. So I probably would have actually done that. Yeah, I'm almost positive I would have had the full thing in there for sure. Oh, dude, I love it when you get them so close like that. Shame we aren't going to get any anklets or anything, though. Like, I would love to get an anklet. Or just, like, any of the other accessories, you know what I mean? But as I probably mentioned in like one of the earlier videos, the odds of getting them are just like ludicrously stupid. It's a 1 in 1,024 chance. So yeah, the odds of getting those accessories probably remarkably slim. We're probably not going to get any of them, unfortunately. If we do, then hallelujah. If we don't, then it is what it is. We'll just have to wait until we get them normally. Because, I mean, honestly, well, where do we get them? Most of the time, I think it's Trino. Like, I'm almost positive you can get them all roughly in Trino, you know, like through the auction house and that. Either that or it's around where you get the ship, pretty much. I don't know. I can't remember which one it is, because there's like, what, I think it's like 4 items that you can get here, like 4 accessories. It's either 4 or 5 anyway. I mean, granted, they're honestly not super amazing. Like, there's nothing majorly groundbreaking or anything like that. Like, I think there's something, well, I think it's the anklet that actually has level up for female characters. So that one, yeah, that one's nice to get, but it's nothing over the top, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's a little more helpful for leveling up, especially I suppose for Dagger in Trino. Because dude, we are going to have to grind in Trino for sure. It's like I'm actively avoiding grinding in this playthrough, but the Trino grind, no, that's one that I will do. And it's not even so much for Dagger, honestly. It's more for Steiner. And the reason why I like leveling Steiner there is pretty much due to the fact that once you actually do Trino, the next time you play as Steiner is actually all the way when Alexandria gets destroyed, pretty much. So it's like the next time you play as him, you're essentially thrown into like a mini boss rush with the Myrmidons. I mean, I know technically you fight the Bandersnatches as well with Beatrix and Freya and that, so I suppose you could count that, but the Myrmidons are definitely the harder fight there, because they are higher leveled. Yeah, you've got Beatrix as well to really help out with it, but at the same time, that's not always that's not always that much of a safety net, you know what I mean? Because obviously, with it being a mod, we don't know what attacks they have, what changes they have. They could be a lot harder, maybe Beatrix won't be able to solo them, I don't know. I tell you what though, you guys have a lot of the same expectations for me. Like, a lot of you just cannot wait until we actually recruit Beatrix as a playable character. Because yes, if that is one of the things that you don't know, well, first of all, you should know that if you've seen all my other videos for this mod. But yeah, Beatrix is recruitable and playable. And she also has like her own abilities and that, so the mod makers have made her fully playable. And they've even give her like a whole bunch of actual equipable abilities and that. They've even give her a trance as well, which is going to be really, really fun to experience. Like, I think when we actually recruit Beatrix, I'm probably just going to have her as like a permanent member. You know what I mean? She's definitely going to be a permanent member for sure. Plus, one of the other things as well, which I don't know if I've mentioned or not. I might have done, I probably have, but I'll do it again anyway, just in case. She is actually modded into the cutscenes as well. So, you know, like when we have cutscenes on the airship and things like that, she is modded into them. Which is also slightly interesting, because I want to know what she would say, like with the... oh shoot, what's it called? The shrines. You know the 4 shrines and that? Where 2 characters split off and then you have Zidane and Quinn fighting Leech. I would be very interested to see who she goes with there. Like, for sure, because that is... I think that's actually the time you can recruit her. I know you can recruit her once you get the airship. But I'm just trying to think which airship it was. Like, I know it wasn't the actual water ship. It definitely was not that ship, I don't think. I'm 99% sure it was the airship that was mentioned for it. And I'm almost positive it was the first airship. Like, I don't think it was the Invincible. If I'm wrong, though, like, if anyone else has played the mod, just go ahead and, you know, leave a comment and tell me exactly when I can get her. I already know I have to go to Alexandria to speak to her. So I don't need that information. I just need to know the time frame. Like, which airship is it? Is it the first one, or is it the actual Invincible? Dude, I cannot get this item. What the crap? Where is this? Oh, wow. All of that for, like, nothing, dude. There's no way I'm getting all 8 items here. Unless I get, like, really freaking lucky. That's not happening. Can I at least get one more? Okay, I can at least get one more. What about 2 more? Dude, I'm playing so badly right now. Well, I got a couple. Dude, if I somehow managed to get all 8 then. So, I spent like 40 seconds there with the speed up booster just looking for a Gossel Green. Oh my god. What is my luck, dude? What is my actual luck? Right, let's do one more game, I think. I still want that anklet, man. I really, really still want that anklet for sure. Like, why can't I just get the anklet? Why? Just give me the anklet, please. Like, pretty please. And then it's just a case of like wasting a few hours, really. Because I mean, getting to, well, we only need 45 frogs, basically. So doing that won't actually take all that long. Like, I think it's what, an hour, well, about 2 hours of respawn. No, it's not 2 hours. I think it's only about an hour for a full respawn, maybe. Oh my god, is this happening again? It's basically the same spot as well. Yeah, I mean, you know what? After this hot and cold, we'll go check the forest, because that would have been about an hour. Because obviously I did capture the frogs in the last video, and then we obviously left the forest. Well, no, it wouldn't be about an hour, because it only would have taken us like, what, a minute to get from the marsh over here. And unfortunately, the speed up booster does not affect the frogs, sadly. I know, it sucks, but it is what it is. It's just based on game time. I don't know why though, but for some reason we never had the gold frog there, because the gold frog also respawns the frogs quicker. And I'm not sure why it just wasn't there. Maybe AF takes it out for some reason. But yeah, if anyone knows why the frog wasn't there, just let me know. Do it later. Yeah, so we still have the 3 frogs and only 1 tadpole. So it might actually be a little closer to the 2-hour mark. But again, that's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? I've still got to do the chocobo hot and cold anyway. So it will probably... I mean, how many frogs do I have? I have like 5 frogs at the moment. Yeah, I think I've got like 5 frogs. So even if we don't actually get to, you know, the full 45, that's honestly not gonna be the end of the world, because we can just get them later. You know what I mean? Like, we can get them from the other continent, or when we get the blue chocobo, we can come back and get them then as well. That's still perfectly fine. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see how many frogs I've got after I do the hot and cold, I think. But though, everybody, that is going to be it for this video. Once again, I do apologize for why there was only 1 video yesterday. I apologize, I am sorry. But if you guys have at least enjoyed this video, then go ahead and hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Feel free to call me out for missing those 2 videos. I'm sorry, guys. And of course, if you are new to the channel, everybody, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more Final Fantasy content. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you soon.